All right, good morning and welcome to this Friday episode of Up and Moving with me, Corey. And of course, my two co-hosts, Charlie and Tony here, because we're gonna see how they are today as well. But today we're gonna be mixing it up a little bit. I know I said even kind of weeks back, I was gonna throw in some more Pilates. I'm finally throwing in some more Pilates per request, and also because I felt like we needed to mix it up a little bit as well. So all that you will really need is a mat or a towel, like a yoga mat, or if you don't have a yoga mat, using a towel, a carpet, just as long as you're on like kind of a softer surface. If you don't have any of those, that's all right, whatever you're able to use. And I will be using a resistance band. Now, you don't necessarily need a resistance band, so this is completely 100% optional if you have it or not. And if you do have one, I would recommend using the light one, because I did this, the leg routine, especially on a medium resistance band. And I was feeling, I don't know if it was because I did the workout video the day after my leg day. So maybe that wasn't the smartest either, but that's all right. I get my research in for all of you. So I'm just gonna kind of toss that to the side right now. And we are honestly just gonna start standing up, either feet about, hips width distance apart, could even be just like a little bit more, kind of whatever's comfortable here, because we're gonna start with just doing some nice and simple squatting. So making sure we're sitting nice and back, getting our hips nice and back, like we're gonna sit in a chair. Knees are not going past our toes. And so just going down, starting to get some nice and light squatting in. And I'm going to start my watch here, so I'm keeping a time for all of us. Just some nice and light squatting. All right, the next time you go down into a squat though, I want you to hold it. And if you're able to, this is kind of like the next step up from just holding it. We're just gonna lightly go up and down a little bit, getting some nice little pulses in. Because I'm not gonna lie, Pilates, there's a lot of pulsing. So be prepared for that. And I guess I did kind of forget to mention like why I kind of mixed it up with Pilates a little bit today. I feel like Pilates and yoga are pretty similar. Pilates has a lot of the similar poses into it, but Pilates focuses more a little bit on strength, where yoga is more of kind of a stretch. I also like to treat my practice as a mindful practice. So, all right, feel free to relax that. Whew. Shake that out even a little bit. And next, we're gonna kind of go towards the front of our mat a little bit, or at least give ourselves some room behind us, because we're gonna start to get into just a couple of lunges, another little kind of warm-up flow that I like to use. If you've seen some of my previous videos before, I always tend to throw this in there. But we're gonna inhale, lifting our right foot up, exhale, bringing it back, getting into whatever's kind of a comfortable lunge. Now, if your feet are a little bit more together, that's fine. You can bring your foot back even more too, but whatever's comfortable, but still keeping that body kind of straight and over that forward knee. We're gonna inhale and lift the body all the way up. Exhale, stretching towards that left leg there. Bringing that arm nice and over. Inhale, straightening, bringing the shoulders back on up over the hips here. Exhale, bringing the body back over that front leg. Inhaling, push up, bringing that back leg back up, kind of nice and up and in front of us. And exhale, dropping it back to meet the other leg. So I'll go through that again with our left leg here. But we're gonna inhale, lifting that left leg up in front of us to a nice 90-degree here. Exhale, stepping it back into a nice lunge. Inhale, lifting the body up. I guess I'm not really doing a good job at showing that, but inhale, lifting the body up. Exhale, reaching on over, getting a nice good side stretch. Reaching over to that right leg. Inhale, lifting the body back up, stacking. Exhale, bringing that body forward again, kind of more over the leg. Inhale, pushing up, bringing that left leg back on up in front of us. And exhale, dropping it to meet the other leg. Kind of go through that again on the right leg. So inhaling, lifting it up. Exhale, stepping it back into a nice comfortable lunge. Blah. It's just sounding funny. Inhale, lifting the body up so it's stacked, shoulders stacked on top of hips. Exhale, reaching over towards that left leg, getting a nice side stretch in there. Inhale, stacking, shoulders, hips. Exhale, bringing that body forward again. Inhale, pushing off, lifting that right leg back on up in front of us. And exhale, bringing that foot back to meet the other. We'll do it one more time over on the left foot here. You got to even that body out. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, step back. Inhale, lifting body up, stacking. Exhale, reach on over to the right side. Inhale, lifting the body back up to stack. Exhale, bringing the body forward. Inhale, pushing off, lifting that left leg back up in front of us. And exhale, bringing the leg back to meet the other one. And I think from there, we're pretty much warmed up. I don't know about you guys. I feel pretty warmed up after I do that one. Lots of moving parts going on. And so next we're going to get into the arm series first of this workout. And so feel free to get into a comfortable seated position, a comfortable standing position. You're going to probably kind of see me go between sitting like this, sitting flat down. I don't know, whatever's kind of comfortable for you. I do tend to like to stand up after some point too. I'm going to give a full disclosure during, so these next sections that we go through, which we target the arms, the core, and the legs, that if you need to take a break, feel free to take a break at any time. I know I'll probably need it as well. So let's get right into this. Let's rock and roll. So we're going to start out putting our hands out at our sides with kind of a nice little bend into them, and having your hands kind of like you're holding like little golf balls or little like tennis balls in your hand. So this is how we're going to hold our arms for this. And then we are simply just going to do some arm circles. So I'm going to start circling forward. We're going to do some nice tiny arm circles. And we're just going to go until we start feeling the burn, because I know I will, and then I know you guys will. So just nice tiny arm circles forward. I'm also not going to lie, these are some of my favorite Pilates arm leg. I don't know, I'm kind of giving you Corey's favorite Pilates moves for today. So just some nice tiny circles. All right, and now reverse them. Like I'm always going to say, we got to even the body out. If we go forward for arm circles, we got to go backwards. And so even just doing a little bit of a form check, making sure you keep your hands in a nice, like you're holding a nice little little tennis ball in the palms of your hands. I hope I'm not the only one starting to feel this one though. All right, feel free to shake that one out kind of a little bit as we kind of transition into our next move, but whew. And about you guys, that was a good, I feel like that's always a good one to warm up with before we start doing our full arm series. But okay, so our next one is gonna be some tricep. We're really focusing on the tricep with this next pose. And so what I like to do is we're gonna have our hands kind of in front of us, making like a little triangle. And then honestly, what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna push and squeeze in front of us. Really trying to activate those triceps, bringing in those elbows, squeezing it in together. Really nice and controlled, just kind of forward pushes. Keeping that strong, nice and strong arms. What else are you gonna say? Even kind of trying to keep, when we're going down, keeping those elbows, in towards our rib cage, which is nice and strong. This pushes out in front of us. I was kind of calling these like triangle pushes. I don't know. Yeah, we're really activating that tricep muscle back here. And remember, keep your hands strong also. You don't want to be flopping them around. And yeah, when you come out, we really want to squeeze those, even like you're trying to get those elbows to try and like meet together at the awkward side of our arms. All right, and we will relax that one. Kind of shake that out a little bit, because next we're going to get into another favorite of mine, which are called back behinds. And so again, we're going to have our hands kind of straight out at our sides here, no bend this time, palms up, and we are just simply going to bend our elbows, bring them kind of back even too. So we're really trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then extend them back out flat towards our sides. Bring them back, really squeeze those shoulder blades and back out at our sides, out extended. So bring them in, and then extend back out. And of course, a way to really intensify this one is to increase your speed. I guess you could kind of even rotate your palms, go down as you're extending out, palms up as you're bringing them back in together. But just some nice simple moves that make your body burn a little bit. That's actually kind of my favorite thing about Pilates, to be honest. You wouldn't think just these simple moves, but I don't know. I've been doing kind of Pilates videos for a couple months now, and I feel like it's definitely helped me feel stronger. And I don't know, we're in that transition period where summer's coming. We got to get our summer bods ready. It's a nice and toning workout too. All right. Need just a couple more seconds on this one before we get into another favorite of mine. All right. Now, if you're able to, hold your hands out at your sides with me. If not, feel free to shake it on out. But even from here, we're just gonna bring our hands facing up. So I always call this like goalpost position. I don't know. And we're just simply going to make some frowny faces with our elbows. And so you can kind of start with your elbows a little bit in front of you. We're gonna go up and round, really again, squeezing those shoulder blades to bring it a little bit behind us. And then again, circling it back forward like a tiny frowny face with our elbows. And then you just kind of rotate between going forward, going back, going forward, going back. These ones are called walnut crushers. So like pretend like you're crushing a walnut with your shoulder blades. I don't know why Charlie has a thing with playing with my feet right now. Now, maybe for these last couple of seconds, can you increase your speed with me? Woo. All right, and we can relax this one. Woo. And I know that those two really get me. Woo. In my shoulder areas there. But again, we're gonna go back to that same goalpost pose. And from here, we're gonna do what's called robot arms. And so we just bring our hands down and then back up. Down and back up. I also feel like this is like a windshield wiper motion also. Like wait. All right, relax that one. Whew. Because you guys are definitely gonna want to relax before I throw in this last one. And this last one is even still kind of difficult for me a little bit. And so what we're gonna do, this is called a prayer pulse. And so we're gonna bring our hands together, bring our elbows together here too. And now you don't want to be resting your elbows here on your chest. You want to keep this up. And we're honestly just gonna like pulse our hands up a little bit. So it's just a nice little movement. Bringing the elbows or bringing the hand in and our elbows up. You really want to try and keep those together. And I feel like this is always the one I need to like stand up for, to be honest. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. I know for me, that one's kind of a killer. And after we did all that shoulder work there, whew, we're gonna have some nice toned shoulders for when summer comes. Cool, but yeah, shake that one out. And we are going to get into our leg series here. And so, like I said, if you have a resistance band, feel free to grab it and use it. If not, do not worry about it. It's not something that you necessarily need, because these are even just going to kill you with your normal body weight anyways. And so here's where I feel like some of the yoga kind of comes into play a little bit here, because we're going to get into a nice neutral table position here. As I also scoot Tony over. Nice neutral table position with our hands underneath our shoulders. Knees underneath our hips here. Nice straight back, nice engage in the core here. And we're actually going to just start off with some fire hydrants. And so we're going to I'll take my right leg first. And we're just going to simply bring it up at our side and down. Other side and down. All right, feel free to switch on over. We're gonna do the left leg now. So bringing it just straight out at our side and down. All right, feel free to relax that. We're gonna go back on over to our right leg, and we're just gonna simply lift it on up and lower. Lift it up, kind of like in line with your body. You don't want to like overdo it, but just until it's about in line with your body. And up and lower. All right, the next time you have it up, keep it up, and we're just gonna do some little pulses again. So just little up and little down, little up, little down. You don't need to make these pulses super like big, just something nice and light, just to keep the movement going. All right, feel free to relax that, but if not, keep it up with me because you are gonna wanna bring it back up to this position again anyways. And from here, we're just simply gonna extend our leg and then bend it again into that nice 90-degree that we had. And so bend it and flex it, or I guess extend it, excuse me, extend it and flex it. Extend and flex. All right, the next time you have that leg extended out, if you have to drop it a little bit, feel free to drop it down a little bit, but we're gonna wanna keep that leg extended because now we're just gonna be doing some extended leg lifts. That was rolling off my tongue a little funny, but then we're just gonna lift and lower that leg again, but this time with it being extended. All right, and go ahead and relax that leg. Ooh. And get ready to go on over and do our left leg. All right, so we're gonna start off with those single leg lifts. Lift and lower. All right, the next time you have that leg up, keep it on up because you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna pulse. So a nice little up and down motion, up and down. All right, if you need to relax that, feel free to relax that a little bit. Ooh, I know for this side I need to. But then again, bring it back up with me, and we're just gonna Extend and flex that leg. We're targeting the hamstring with this movement. All right, the next time you have that leg extended out, definitely feel free to relax when you need to. But then again, we're just gonna get back into those extended, lifted legs. So just back on up and down. All right, feel free to relax that. Shake that out a little bit. Even feel free to take a child's pose here if you want to. But then I'm gonna kind of switch over, not fully to sit down, but to also take this band off because don't need it anymore. And with this next one that we're gonna do, we're actually gonna be kind of laying down on our side here with our legs kind of nicely bent in a 90-degree, like at our sides here. Because this next one we're gonna do is called, what is it called? It's like a mermaid lift, which I just kind of enjoy it for the name too. So I would also actually even kind of say to keep like your legs and your thighs a little bit more in line with your body. Yeah. Anyways, just kind of like a nice bench position, kind of like we're looking like a mermaid already. But don't get too comfortable here. We're gonna take the top leg. So I'm gonna be starting with my right leg again. I'm gonna try and bring it so it's perpendicular with my body. If you need to have it down a little bit lower, that's fine. I know my leg kind of doesn't perfectly stay up like this. I'm not at that fully perpendicular level yet. But from here, you can keep your top hand just kind of in a comfortable position where you're able to maintain your balance. But then you're remembering to have your elbow underneath your shoulder. Just do a form check here really quick. But then from here, we're just gonna lift and lower. Lift, lift and lower that right leg. We're really targeting those inner thigh muscles with these next couple movements that we're doing. All right, the next time you have your leg up off the ground, doesn't matter how far off the ground it is, but we're just gonna start doing some forward circles. All right, reverse. I don't know about you guys, I felt that reversing. But stay with me here. No, it burns, but a couple more seconds here. All right, relax that. Whew. Whew. Now we're gonna flip on over and do the other side here. And so again, checking that form, just making sure even your upper body is just kind of comfortable when you're doing this. But again, bringing that top leg out nicely in front of us, trying to get it to a nice perpendicular, but if not, that's all right. We'll just start lifting and lowering. Don't mind if I kick my little kitty a little bit. All right, the next time we have our leg lifted, keep it on up. Got to get into those circles. So circling forward. All right, reverse. And I felt that reverse too. Whew. All right, and relax that. Whew. We are gonna stay in a position like this because our final leg workout is gonna be a clamshell with or without a kick. You don't have to do the kick, but I think it kind of makes the clamshell exercise a little bit more interesting. Because so we're gonna have our feet nicely together. And again, we're just gonna open the knees up, kick, back down, close the clamshell. So open the clamshell, kick, lower, close the clamshell. And now don't worry, if you're not able to do the kick, that's fine. Just feel free to go at your own pace, the clamshell, but then add that kick in there. We'll go for a couple more seconds here before we do some killer abs. Throwing in some of my kind of favorite Pilates ab workouts too. All right, give me one more. And then again, we're gonna flip over to the other side, do the clamshell on the other side here for a couple seconds. All right, nice form check. And start opening, kicking and closing the clamshell. All right, one more. And we're done. That was our leg work routine. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Those are, like I said, a couple of my favorites. And so next we are going to be getting into our ab routine to where we can lay nice and flat on the ground. And now you want to make sure too that like your lower back here, I know I have this issue sometimes where like my lower back won't be fully on the ground. We want to make sure that we're nice and fully on the ground to get the activation of our abs for these workouts. And so I kind of try to like pull my bottom kind of up, or even kind of pull up a little bit on my legs here to get that nice and flat. And so our first one is going to be a single or a double leg drop. And so we are actually going to have our legs nice and up, just like this. If you need to, for some support, kind of put your hands kind of by your bottom, underneath your bottom, even a little bit too, to help get that nice flat back that I'm talking about. You can go ahead and even rest your head flat down. I know sometimes I tend to keep my shoulder blades up off the ground a little bit. But yeah, from this pose, we're just going to simply lower our legs and lift. And I don't feel like you have to lower your legs all the way like really close to the ground, just to whatever's kind of comfortable so you're able to fully bring them back up. All right, the next time you have both your legs nice and pointed up towards the sky here, we're gonna switch it up a little bit and just start dropping one leg and then the other. And now if you need to, feel free to drop one foot if you need a little bit more like stability. You can just do one leg for a little bit. You can kind of switch over and do the other leg. But then the full so just kind of whatever your preference is for today. But our single leg drops right now. All right, and feel free to relax that. We can bring our legs kind of back down to the floor, feet flat on the ground. Our next ab workout is called a butterfly crunch. And so even from having our legs here at a nice 90-degree angle, feet together, we're just gonna bring apart the knees. If they can't fully get down to the ground, that's fine. But just so kind of like we're doing a butterfly like stretch here. That's the kind of form I want you to have for your lower body. We're still having our upper body nice and flat on the ground here. And so the variation one would be you're just doing a normal crunch like this. Really getting those shoulder blades off the ground. Really squeezing those abs. The other one, where I even still have trouble with this variation, but I think it's a fun one. And I think you guys, I hope know by this point, I like to challenge myself a little bit. But you have your hands above your head and you're really trying to use all of your ab muscles to bring yourself forward and just kind of touch the ground in front of you here. And then lightly control, bring it back down. Oh, I'm really testing my ab strength here with this variation. But like I said, doing a normal crunch right here is perfectly fine. If you want to try the full one with me, go right ahead. Like I said, it kicks my butt still. Oh, no, that was not. And I think for this one too, it is really important to focus on that breathing. And so right now we're inhaling as we lower, exhale as we're trying to come up. All right, if you're doing the harder variation with me, give me one more. Nice and lower, control down. But from here we can relax it. So good job with that one, guys. You know, that one's kind of a different, interesting one, but I kind of like it. All right, so this is, well, second to last one, I should say, is a single leg. So we're ultimately going to be making a V with our body. And so starting from nice flat laying position, but don't get too comfortable, everybody.
We're gonna inhale, we're gonna exhale, lift the body, lift one leg up, twist towards that leg that was kind of lifted up, and come back down. If you need to, you could even just bend the leg and have the foot flat down on the floor to like help with balance and stability. But then again, twisting towards that leg. Exhale back down. Inhale. So exhale, lifting up that left leg, lifting up my body, turning towards the left, and bringing it back down. Exhale. I'd almost say exhale as you're doing this kind of whole movement, and then inhale as you're going down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. Turn. Inhale. Lower. As I somehow have a kitty. Exhale. Lift and turn. Inhale. Lower. All right, give me one more on each side. So lifting to the right and lower, lifting to the left and lower. Good job, everybody. We're in our last ab one before we get into a little bit of stretching, and then that's pretty much class. And so these ones are called a cheerleader L, and I know why. I really like these ones. I do these ones in my warm up at the gym when I do abs all the time. And so it's, again, we're kind of starting with our legs when we were doing those the double and the single leg drops. We are honestly just going to drop down. So I'm dropping down my left foot right now and keeping it kind of just hovered over the ground. I'm not fully dropping it, but I'm keeping it at a nice hover to where we're just going to hold this for a couple seconds. As Tony, for some odd reason, thinks it's cuddle time when I'm still teaching class, my baby. I'm almost done. All right, and feel free to switch, bringing that right leg hovering over the ground. The left leg is straight up into the air. We got a couple more seconds. Stay with me, everyone. You can do it. I know these are definitely different kind of poses, different exercises, but hope you're all enjoying them as much as I enjoy them. All right, and give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it. Go ahead and stretch it on out. And so if this was your first time doing Pilates in general, good job. You finished your first Pilates workout, and I hope makes you come back and try some more with me next time. But we'll get into just kind of a little bit of stretching here. We will go into that butterfly stretch here. It's kind of one of my favorites, bringing my feet nice together. Knees are trying to get to the ground as much as possible, but bringing your body kind of towards your feet to whatever's comfortable. All right, from here, feel free to extend out that right leg first. Reach out towards that. All right, feel free to switch on over to the other side here.
All right, and well, I think that's about it for today's class. So thank you so much for joining me today for a little bit of something different, something else, some other kind of workouts that I like to do. So I hope you guys had fun. So a couple of announcements, excuse me. Tomorrow's workout is again at 10 a.m. Surprise workout. You never know what you're going to get on a Saturday morning. On Sunday at 12 p.m., we actually have another TV workout on, what station is it on again, Dr. Elmer? I can't, is it 8? Something out of Marquette. I know that.
ABC 10.
10, thank you. I knew it was like ABC something, ABC 10. And then keep an eye out for April 17th, because that's going to be our 100th workout extravaganza at 10 a.m., where we are partnering with graduate student government to do a virtual 5K. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, that's really all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll do my normal namaste because I feel like Pilates and yoga are pretty similar. So thank you.